Hi everyone, John of Lee from Raw Energy, and today we're going to talk about the top 6 Chinese zodiac which is more spiritually inclined for the year 2023. So let us get started. So this year as is also the last year in the period 8, which is next year in 2024, we are going to transition towards the period 9, as you all may already aware. What this means basically, there will be a more spiritual awakening, more people inclined towards seeking their own higher wisdom, higher awakening, higher self-enlightenment. So there are more calling, and basically it's going to be like, a slap into your face. It's like telling you to stop pursuing the stuff that is driving you away from what truly makes you happy. So this is what we call the body, soul, mind, spirit alignment, that you have to start to rediscover your own self and being able to connect and communicate with your own self. So this is some of the zodiac that you may consider to pursue this path, or for those who already experience this spiritual awakening moment. So hopefully this video is going to help you to understand, gain some clarity or insights. At least you understand that you are not alone. It's just basically this energy just happened for you to help you to self rediscover you yourself again. So first, for those who have the snake zodiac, well, since year 2022, the snake zodiac already experienced spiritual awakening, especially during the month of January, May, and also August. These are the months that is more, the tendency is stronger, and somehow you start to realize that the things that you have been pursuing all this time, for perhaps your career, your business, somehow the more you trying to please yourself, somehow there are a lot of rejection, a lot of life lesson, a lot of hindrance, which is like pulling you off or turning you off as well. So all this stuff, perhaps it's time for you to take a step back to relook into your life, why all the unsmooth journey is happening on you, how you can actually detach yourself to see yourself in a big picture. So recently I watched this sharing from Sadhguru, and he talked about, there are two scenarios. That let's say if you are driving and you're stuck in a traffic jam, and you will feel anger, temperamental, you will start to cursing around why the traffic just not moving. But when you are being able to detach away, it's like when you're riding on a helicopter and you can see the whole entire city during the night. It was jammed with all the red light of the car, and the scenario is quite beautiful if you are being able to see from bird eye view perspective. You will see the light of the traffic jam or the car, and the light of the light pole, and the night scenery, and it's so beautiful. But if you are stuck in a car, and when you are looking from as a driver perspective, you will feel anger because you are stuck. But if you are being able to see your life from a third party or different perspective, you will see the beauty of the entire scenery. So it's all about how you can actually seek to being able to see things from higher perspective, where you are in your journey. And sometimes we may miss out important or meaningful moments when we are chasing or focus our anger in the traffic jam. Perhaps this is the awakening call to help you to reconnect with your own self, trying to seek out what truly matters in you or your life pursuit. Okay. And there's also because the snake zodiac also have the sky horse in year 2023. So therefore, perhaps it's time for you to go for pilgrimage to Mecca, or religious practice, monasteries, ashram. And perhaps these are the things that you have been seeking in your life and been thinking about it. Perhaps year 2023 is time for you to materialize your dream, to go for spiritual retreat, go for self-rejuvenation. And perhaps these are the trips that is so meaningful in your life and is part of your bucket list. So perhaps it's time for you to actually start to plan and mark your calendar. Next is the monkey zodiac. Well, the monkey zodiac, after going through a massive clash in the year 2022 with the grandeur of tiger, well, the the monkey zodiac start to discover that, no matter how much you have changed, no matter how much effort you have put in your life, and no matter how hard you have fight, somehow things just may not turn out the way you wanted to. And even you manage to make that change and gain that results that you've been desired on, somehow you still feel some emptiness, lack of fulfillment, and somehow the more you do, the less satisfaction you are gaining. So perhaps it's time for you to actually reconnect yourself and re-ask you yourself, because the snake zodiac and also the monkey zodiac, these both zodiac have the star, what we call the Taiji nobleman. Well, the Taiji nobleman is one of the knowledgeable guru perhaps, or mentor, where they somehow being already reached the level of enlightenment, and somehow they are able to throw you some mind-boggling or life existential kind of questions that somehow trigger you to start be aware, are you alive or are you living at the moment? Okay, so it will actually start to trigger your mind to explode yourself, to gain more clarity that a lot of things that you may have missed out in your life. So part of them is life existential questions. Why are you being alive in this planet? What is the purpose? What are the things that you need or worthy of you to explore in this planet Earth? Next is the higher wisdom. Higher wisdom is talking about not just about our daily skill set, the hard skill, soft skill. It's about higher wisdom in order to know how to navigate ourselves, how to be able to handle the circumstances, and how to use the information or all the intellectual data that we have studied in our life to practically improve our life. Next is the calling. Similar to the snake zodiac, well, for those who have the monkey zodiac, I have a couple of clients who actually experience this, where they experience this massive spiritual calling, and they start to discover that somehow whenever they went to some monastery, and the guru, the monk, somehow they are very chatty, and they feel relief when they are going to all these spiritual or religious places. So perhaps it's time for you to actually do more meditations, how you can actually seek for your own inner peace, and how you can actually reconnect with your inner self, and perhaps with your own guardian of destiny or guardian angel. Okay, so it's also suitable for you to actually go for pilgrimage, spiritual retreat, similar like the snake zodiac, because the monkey zodiac already have the sky horse star in year 2022. So in year 2023, it's time for you to rebuild your new foundation, and hopefully with this new foundation, you already find that sense of an enlightenment in you. Okay, and you may also experience the change of your group of friends, because being clashing with the grandeur of tiger in year 2022, it also means that you may shift your meeting a new group of friends, new group of peers who are more talking about the topic of spiritual self-enlightenment, pursue a certain religious study group perhaps. So overall, it will trigger you to start to rethink about you yourself, whether you are a seeker or a believer. So a seeker, basically someone who constantly seek for higher wisdom, trying to understand their own ultimate truth for their own self. So for believer, they are more like following a group of religious, established religious, and following a system where they, based on the system, they will start to find their life purpose, their own meaning, by being able to contribute and live a more abundant life. Okay, so it's just aware about being the seeker group or in a believer group. This will help you to have a better clarity in terms of what kind of path that's suitable for you. Okay, next is for those who are born with the dragon zodiac. Well, the dragon zodiac in year 2022 didn't have much auspicious star. As a matter of fact, the dragon have to go through a lot of process of a journey of seeing the life and death, reborn, birth, and all this up and down, start and end, because the dragon zodiac basically didn't have auspicious star. As a matter of fact, the dragon zodiac have a lot of funeral star, and basically for those who are born with the dragon zodiac anyway in their chart, they may experience a lot of painful experiencing their loved one, or someone who they know, your friends, your relative, or perhaps your family member just pass away, and all these events start to trigger you. What is the purpose of life? are you living at the moment? Are you truly enjoy yourself? And are you being able to actually enjoy all the stuff has been given in this planet Earth? And have you even explored all the places that you've been wanting to explore in this beautiful world? So in year 2023, you are supported with the Sun Nobleman Star, which could also help you to actually start to drive your mind to think in a big picture of life is not just about live and death. And there's a lot of process, a lot of moment that worth us to cherish for. So for those who are born with the Dragon Zodiac in year 2023, it's going to be learning how to detach away all the trauma, all the sadness, all those what we call the life triggering events that helps you to actually start to being able to move forward and craft your own meaningful life ahead. So make sure this year for those who are born with the Dragon Zodiac, you have to start to be aware that there's a lot of stuff in this planet is still awaiting for you to explore. So be willing to seek for mentorship or seek from some guidance or advice from some guru to gain the clarity, to help you to shaken the limited belief version of you to start to design a brand new version of you in the year 2023. And next, for those who are born with the Ox Zodiac, with the Ox Zodiac being the grandeur in year 2021, you may have experienced the limelight, the ultimate life version of you, and eventually right now you are start to decline and start to realize that throughout your life pursuit there has been ups and downs, there has been a lot of fabulous events, and they also have gone through a lot of tough events, some highly emotional situations which drawn you emotionally lethargic. So in year 2023, you will start to discover that in your life it's not just about fulfill other people's expectations, not just about pleasing other people, not just about working hard to help your boss or help your company to make that ultra profit. It's about you. Are you being able to actually live up to your own expectation? Can you really find that sense of fulfillment for your own self? And are you just going to live your entire life by pleasing other people until you forget on how to reward you, your own self? So this year, it's time for you to regain that sense of having faith that your life worth you to cherish for. The world have a lot of stuff await you to explore. So you also need to learn how to become the emotional support for your own self. It's time how you can actually reconnect with your own inner child or with your own inner guardian spirit to help you yourself to regain full consciousness that that this life is not just about work. There's a lot of stuff that you may have missed out when you're bulldozing your way towards reaching your ultimate goal. Okay, so you may also experience a lot of awakening call because you have a lot of what we call the sadness star, which drive you to rethink your life purpose. Are we all supposed to live in this dire state of mind, or there's still a lot of happiness that we may have neglected, we may not pay attention to? Start to be able to live at the moment. So begin with the end is a quote or a chapter in the seven highly effective habits. So this book has actually awakening me as well, because this chapter start with an end is also the moment that you have to start to imagine. The moment when, let's say tomorrow, when you woke up, you realize that is the final day of your life, that you already in your own funeral. What can you do about your own self? Who are the people that will be attending your funeral, and what they will say about you, and how much experience you have gained in this planet Earth, and are you even ready to say goodbye to this world that you have been enjoying yourself? Okay, so overall, those are the message for those who are born with the Ox Zodiac, that you need to pay attention for your own self. Okay, next is the Rooster Zodiac. Well, Rooster Zodiac is clashing with the grandeur of Rabbit in year 2023. So having this kind of clash, you will start to realize there's a lot of restriction, there's a lot of challenge, and a lot of things that's pushing you or funnel you away from your own initial goal. And throughout this process, you may start to question, am I heading towards the right direction? Is this what I'm supposed to experience? So there'll be a lot of rejections. And because the Rooster Zodiac have the star of month emptiness, so it's time for you to actually clear your mind, to be able to just forget and let go. Start to detach away, and just basically ignorance is a bliss. Sometimes it's worth you to ignore all the problems, all the life obstacle which is keep attacking you, and start to take a step back to understand and see your life in a whole new perspective, especially from the bird eye view perspective that I mentioned earlier. So it's time for you to be able to forgive your own self that you have been pushing yourself too hard and try to build your career, climb the corporate ladder. And throughout this process, you may have missed out a lot of important moment in your life, perhaps your relationship, your family, and especially for those who are truly workaholic, perhaps it's time for you to actually review your life purpose, the things that what truly meaningful in your life. Why are you so hard to yourself? Why are you keep chasing or working so hard, trying to push your own or challenge your own boundary? And what are you doing this for? Perhaps for your children, perhaps so that you can live a better life. But are you living that better life at this moment? Because the challenge is constantly coming in, and there'll be infinite amount of challenge. So you have to ask yourself, are you enough? Are you truly enjoying what are you doing at the moment? Or perhaps despite there are a lot of challenges coming in, perhaps it's time for you to say no, to put an end into handling all this drama. So overall, for those who are born with the Rooster Zodiac, it's time, perhaps I will advise you to actually take a step back, to say no, or perhaps it's also good time for you to take a step back to rejuvenate yourself, help you to reconnect with your own emotion, your own higher guardian, and your own what we call your own alignment with your own self. So overall, this is a good year for you to actually review your life in a different perspective. Take a step back, help you to actually forgive you yourself for ignoring all the stuff that has been truly meaningful for you, especially in relationship. Because I have a case where this guy who keep working very hard to provide for the family, but throughout this process, he have ignored the emotional needs of his wife, and eventually the family just went haywire. And by the moment he start to aware, it's already too late, because the wife already decided to actually put an end into the relationship. So perhaps this is something that you need to take a glimpse back. What are you fighting for? Is the war or the battle you are fighting for has driven you away from the initial goal or the purpose of your fight? Okay. Next, for those who are born with the horse zodiac, well, the horse zodiac this year you have the moon's nobleman, where it will help you to actually seek for higher enlightenment, and also asking you very deep question in your life, and it will also trigger you to actually start to go back to the basic of in terms of why are we chasing whatever we are chasing right now. The why, start with why, just like what the Simon Sinek's book actually in our life, because the horse is very passionate and they will just constantly running non-stop, and throughout this process they may have ignored the purpose or initial intention why they keep running away. Are they exploring new territory to find new resources, to find new opportunity? And why are you doing this? So these are the things that worth you to rediscover for your own self. It's time for you to actually ask a very deep question for your own self, to reconnect your initial goal that you set, and have you even already achieved it? And have you even know how to enjoy the things that you have been chasing for? Sometimes we keep chasing for money, and throughout this process we may have earned a lot of money, but we don't know how to enjoy it. We don't even use it to reinvest in actually fulfilling our own emotional needs. So throughout this process, I hope for those who are born with the horse zodiac, this year it's time for you to actually not just about running and chasing for new glamorous, new exploratory, or new excitement. Perhaps it's time for you to actually go to celebrate more activities or more happenings and create more time to celebrate together. It will help you to find that sense of fulfillment or happiness within this group of celebrations. So, yep, I will advise you to actually help you to forgive you yourself in terms of all the important moments that you may have missed out in your life pursuit. Okay, so that's all for the top 6 Chinese zodiac that is more spiritual inclined. And nevertheless, I would like to introduce you to reconnect with your own guardian spirit or your own guardian angel, because throughout these few years I've been doing a lot of consult, and most people who start to aware or experience all this what we call spiritual awakening, they start to question themselves, because sometimes they may have some unique ability, for example able to read other people's mind, and some people they are very good in whatever they say, somehow it materialized, and let's say they curse someone, it also happened, in a bad way. And some people they have a very strong intuition. Some people may have the transcendence ability to reconnect with other spiritual being. Some could be even having the ability to sense the goals, I would say, and everyone will have different guardian spirit, and most of them they don't even aware. And by the way, I would like to introduce this subject because I've written a very detailed in terms of your own guardian spirit. There are 10 types of guardian of destiny or guardian spirit that, or perhaps you can call them as your guardian spirit. And there are 10 different types that in what we call the enchantment destiny system, that worth you to discover who is your guardian of destiny, who is your guardian angel, and how have the both of you have been reconnecting with each other, and how much do you aware that you have all this spatial ability with you. So for those who wanted to go for pursuing their spiritual path or studying energy, frequency, the non-conventional study, so I will advise you to first discover your guardian of destiny, and also perhaps it's time for you to use Chimon Destiny, and I will be sending write down more details in the description below, and perhaps you can plot your chart to find out who is your guardian of destiny, and you can find out each of their characteristics, their life pursuit, their purpose, their abilities, and also their own mantra as well, because I've written a lot of stuff. All this stuff basically is already in my website. Do check out my website so to find out more information. And if you all would be very interested, perhaps I will do a video dedicated to all these different guardian of destiny, and how do we actually connect with them, and how do we even able to use Chimon Destiny to find our spiritual life path, or what we call our own subconscious ability. So that's all from me, John of Lee from Renergy, and I will be seeing you in the next video. And please do hit like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I'll be creating more all this stuff relates to Chinese astrology, Chinese metaphysics, Bazi, Qimeng Dunjia, Feng Shui, Yi Jing, and all this stuff to help you in taking advantage of all these unconventional layer of wisdom into hacking your life to take advantage of the given opportunity or advantage that you are born with. So that's all from me, John of Lee, signing off, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Bye bye.